People are going to cut your ass up and you don't even have a drink?
Okay.
I got a drink. Alright. He's got a drink. Okay, so here's to another 40 years of crying yourself to sleep at night because the wife won't stop nagging.
So true.
And, no, this is, everybody is fair game in this roast. So, where was I? Yeah, crying yourself to sleep at night, wife won't stop nagging, and the kid won't stop whining about watching LOL doll unboxing videos on YouTube. Okay, so have fun with that, Cien. Okay, so first off, we're going to keep this as short as possible because we want to make sure that everybody here has a shot at roasting Cien and not just Dave and myself. And since we don't have an infinite amount of time, I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 than hanging around with you schmucks. So, since we don't have a lot of time, we're going to try to keep this as short as possible. So, before we begin, we do have to lay down some ground rules. So, there's basically only one rule, and that is you can be as vulgar as you like, but try not to overdo it. Because this is supposed to be a family-oriented neighborhood, and the neighbors have little kids, there's old people around, and so we don't need to hear your dick jokes, your gay jokes, or even your Star Wars-related gay dick jokes, or hear about pussies and butts and all that kind of stuff. So don't do it. Okay, so on to the roast. But one more thing, before we begin, we got to say that, quite frankly, and I'm sure that everyone here that's prepared to roast will agree with this, that we had a hell of a time, me and Dave, last night coming up with this roast, because it wasn't easy, because Chris is, he's a nice guy.
Basically.
He's friendly, he's happy-go-lucky, he's inoffensive, he's basically squeaky clean. There's little to no material to roast Cien with. It was hard.
Except.
So we had to make up some shit.
So yeah, basically it begs the question, how do you roast the unroastable? So when in doubt, just make things up.
Alright, first off, by show of hands, how many of you here have prepared a roast of your own?
Thank God.
Come to the front.
I will. I will.
Okay, just so you know, this isn't only about Cien. Everyone here is fair game. So don't think that just because you didn't prepare a roast, that you're going to get away unharmed. Mike and I are making a mental note of everyone that didn't raise their hand, and we'll be incorporating you into the roast at some point.
Okay, so let's start this off with some fun facts about Cien. That's Chris. In case you didn't know. Fact number one. Cien loves shitty music. Godsmack? What the fuck is Godsmack? His favorite bands are Oasis, Yuck, Black Label Society, Double Yuck, Avenged Sevenfold, fucking gay, Slipknot, double fucking gay. But seriously, how do you go from Oasis to fucking Black Label Society? Like, what the hell? And most people in this country have never even heard of Avenged Sevenfold. They're only popular in countries in Eastern Europe, Russia, and Scandinavia, and other places that love shit.
No, obviously he enjoys roasting
All
his
right,
brother.
fact number two. Cien loves Star Wars. He really does. When he was a kid, he would dream about a future where he could live life in peace, surrounded by all his Star Wars related merchandise. And when Chris and Tosh were planning on buying a house, he had just one demand: a room that he could use to dedicate to his Star Wars toys, where he could retreat from the daily grind and recharge his midi-chlorians. And he has realized that dream, as I'm sure you have all seen in there. Everyone here was probably forced to take the tour of a Star Wars shrine at some point in their life. Okay. Okay, and just to underline that fact, we'll give you one example of just how much Chris loves Star Wars. In the last official Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, and has anyone not seen this movie? This is a spoiler alert. Okay, cover your ears. Okay. Okay, so Han Solo gets killed in The Force Awakens.
What? No! Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's a shocker. But as expected, Chris took it pretty hard. He was inconsolable. For 3 weeks, you could hear strange noises coming from his bedroom at night. The noises sounded like this. Chewbacca sound. And yeah, like, what the fuck, man? It's just a fucking movie, get a grip. He was crying like Chewbacca with his hairy dick in his hand because his boyfriend Han Solo is fucking dead. So, fuck's sakes, get over it, it's just a movie. Okay, now, fact number 3, Chris is a hairy motherfucker. Check out his legs, he's wearing shorts. Why would you wear shorts? Like, aren't you embarrassed? We're talking Robin Williams level hairy. CN had an 8th grade mustache at the tender age of 9. That's 5 years too early. And it wasn't one of those cool, wispy teenage mustaches. No, he would curl the ends like a train conductor. But as you can see, he's outgrown his mustache and now he has a full-on beard. He used to actually trim the beard down, but it became too much work. It was a lost cause, so he just gave up the fight. It's now a fucking rat's nest. And he's actually trimmed it for today. It's usually a rat's nest. Now he looks like a scruffy-looking Nerf herder. That was for PK and SK. It's a Star Wars joke. Chris gets it. The last time CN had that much hair... Okay, hang on. The last time CN had that much hair on his face was the first time he went down on Tosh. Tosh, I told you to write a roast. I only included that because you didn't write a roast. That's your payback for like copping out. Alright, fact number 4. Chris likes touching things. At least when he was younger. We think that he might have had some kind of touching fetish. He was a really hands-on kind of guy. When we were kids, Chris would touch everything and anything that he could get his hands on. If I got a new He-Man toy for Christmas, he just had to get a good feel for it, touching every little bit until he was satisfied. He could fade the paint off a new Skeletor figure within minutes. And if Gus was bringing in groceries, Chris would offer to help unpack the bags, just so that he could get a grope of the tomatoes, lemons, and cantaloupes. It might seem like he's grown out of this, but we can't be too sure. Better to be on your guard.
Hear that, everybody?
Fact number 5. Back in the day, Chris could drink with the best of them. That was the hard drinking, hard partying, single CN. Partying with CN in the early 2000s was like being in the If You Steal My Sunshine video by Len. Wife beaters, mini bikes, fun in the sun. That's what it was like. CN used to drink so much beer, he was the first man to develop a yeast infection. Now I could talk about the time that he borrowed and ruined my brand new clubbing shirt, the one I got from Randy River, top notch. I could talk about the time that he ruined my shirt by puking on it. Hang on. I could talk about the time that he ruined my brand new clubbing shirt by puking on himself, but I won't. He actually tried to wash it too that night, and I could never wear that shirt again. Anyway, or I could talk about the time that he got so drunk and ordered a reversal from a questionable establishment but I won't
Bailey.
get into that because it's all in the past. If you want to know all the sleazy details, you can ask PK or myself or RK when he shows up. We'll give you all the sleazy details on that one. But yeah, it's all ancient history. Those glorious times all ended when Chris met Tosh back in 2000, what was it, 2006? 7? 5. Okay. That was when we really started to miss single CN. And then we met Tosh, and we really, really missed single CN. No, we just kid. Nowadays, he can barely even party. 3 or 4 beers deep, and he's looking all sloppy, like David Hasselhoff eating a hamburger off the floor. A complete train wreck. It's sad, really. Okay, so there's obviously so much more that we could roast Cien on, but we promised that we would keep this short. So we just wanted to say again, Cien, congrats on reaching 40 without too many scratches. And to Tosh, thanks for organizing this event. We know it means a lot to the both of you, and you worked really hard and making sure that Chris had his day. So thanks for that, and congrats, Cien.
Again, congrats on reaching 40, Cien, and thank you, Tosh, for making this happen. We're really glad to be here and to celebrate with everyone. So if everyone can raise a glass or a bottle to join us in toasting Cien's 40th. Happy birthday, Cien. All right, so it is an open mic, so if anyone wants to come up and roast him, just come on up.